Here's some motivation to overcome your social anxiety. So I've been thinking about this for a while. I overcame my own social anxiety. I've been coaching people to overcome their own social anxiety. And I've also learned a couple of new skills in my life. One of them being salsa dancing, which I started 3.5 years ago. And another skill that I'm currently learning is speaking Spanish. And in the past 3 months, I've been doing an hour month 1 and 2 and 2 hours in the most recent month for a particular purpose, because I wanted to be able to speak when I was in Colombia. I'm in Colombia right now, and it's just such a joy to be able to communicate with people. What a world is opening up compared to my previous 2 times where all I could say was, ¿Cómo estás? Just, how's it going? So now I can actually have somewhat of a conversation. Now I stumble over my words, I need to think about it for long, can only pick up about 70% of what they're saying, and all of that, but still, it's fun, it's exciting. Anyway, it's a particular skill. Same thing for salsa. It was difficult in the beginning, challenging, looked like a dumbass, all sorts of uncomfortable feelings and emotions, and so on. But I also knew, well, I'm gonna get better at this as I learn more, as I continue. And it's the same for Spanish. You continue to get better at it. The more you learn it, the more you practice it, the more you get experience with it. And it's the same, or it's very similar at least, in applying the tapping to overcome your social anxiety. So that's a journey as well. So it's a journey for me to become fluent at speaking Spanish. It's a journey to get good and enjoy myself and be in the moment and be able to translate the music that I hear into my dance with my partner. And so there are a lot of commonalities within each. And one thing I heard in a language learning community was like, it takes 150 hours to become conversationally fluent. Now that's just about particular topics, but that's conversationally fluent. Now I'm not there yet, but I'm slowly getting there. You know, I might be a bit slow, who knows? But I found that to be very motivating. I'm like, wow, just 150 hours. Guess what? I'm gonna increase my hour a day that I had been doing to 2 hours a day, because then I'm gonna get there faster. That idea is based upon a lot of experience from lots of different people. Therefore, people can say, well, on average, it takes about 150 hours for a lot of people, or that's a number that's been thrown around a lot. In salsa, there is no such number. They say, well, you can be pretty good in 3 years. I've heard that. Or I've heard like, well, the first 6 months suck. You know, they call it the salsa hell. But there's no real particular defined how long it's gonna take. But what I do know is that when I put in the effort and I practice and I continuously improve and I get supervision, you know, a private class or a group class or feedback from my partner, then I am getting better. So I'm constantly getting better. So rather than that I focus on the ultimate outcome, because there is none, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, who knows, I'm not going to be able to be the best dancer in the world. That's just not going to happen. So I more have a personal goal that I continuously want to keep improving and keep getting better and keep enjoying it more and evolve it and so on and so forth, be better able to interpret it. I've got many goals, but there's no end goal. And that makes it so interesting. That makes it so fun. And so what I recommend that you do is you have an attitude of making progress in this area. Now, of course, that's easier said than done, because these things that I'm doing right now, salsa, Spanish, I'm not moving away from a massive pain, right? So I'm pleasure oriented for the most part. There's some pain involved, you know, I gotta sit down and study, and I gotta, you know, go through uncomfortable movements, and I gotta look like a dumbass sometimes a little bit when I practice new things and so, but that's insignificant, hardly mentionable compared to the pain that you're dealing with when you're overcoming social anxiety. So for a large part, overcoming social anxiety is an away from motivation. Like, I don't want to feel this anymore. I don't want to deal with this anymore. But there's also the pleasure that you're moving towards. Oh, I'm going to be able to be at ease being myself. I'm going to have conversations and not worry about, oh, how am I going to come across? Am I going to embarrass myself? What is she going to think of me? Are they going to like me? Like, that's not going to be there anymore. And I'm actually going to connect with people. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to look forward to socializing. So there's also that forward motivation, that inspiration that pulls you. So you've got both. But it's a journey to go from social anxiety to social ease. And there's a certain amount of hours that it takes to get there for you. Now, I don't know how many hours that is for you. It might be 100 hours, might be 50 hours, it might be 500, I don't know. However much it is though, there is a set amount of hours that you need to put in to get there. So the question is, are you willing to put in the work, and are you willing to put in a little bit of time every day? So if you just do 15 minutes a day, that's going to make a big difference. And what I'm not saying, by the way, do 3 hours of tapping a day. No, there's such a thing as overdoing it. So I'd say up to an hour. Don't overdo it. I'm not sure if this is helpful. I'm not sure if I'm able to communicate this clearly because it's a fresh idea. But basically, there's a set amount of little steps that is required in order to go from social anxiety to social ease. It's little tweaks in your psychology, letting go of a particular memory, neutralizing the emotions from it, updating a particular belief, letting go of your emotional attachments to it, seeing something from a different perspective, letting go of a particular imagined downside to social ease, overcoming a perception that there's an upside to holding on to the problem, trying out a particular social situation where you used to be anxious in and finding out that you're no longer anxious there, or discovering that there's still a particular part that triggers you and then moving beyond that. So it's step, little step, little step, little step. And it's only a finite amount of steps. The only thing is it's uncertain, it's unclear how many steps it is. But each step that you take gets you one step closer. And rather than being focused on the ultimate outcome of social ease, so I can be, totally myself and all people all the time and everything is great and, it's all great that you're moving in that direction, but rather focus on the journey. And focus on the progress that you're making and celebrate that progress and simply put in the work every day. And it's not hard. It's sitting down to do a bit of tapping. What makes it hard is resistance to change. So if you notice that you don't want to do your tapping for that day, that should be your focus to tap on. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to change. I don't want to overcome this for whatever reason. Release all my resistances and aversions to change. Do that. Just that, what I just did, and see what happens after that, okay? But put in the work and see this as something that is going to get better over time, because it is. It just requires your effort, your energy, and over a period of time. And sometimes you need help, you need outside assistance. And certain ways of tapping is more effective than others, but that's not the point of this video. Point of this video is that you'll get rewards for sustained effort and efficient action towards a particular goal. There's only a finite amount of effort, a finite amount of steps that you need to take in order to get to that goal. So take some action every day and get there. All right, hope it's helpful. If it is, let me know. If you have a question, let me know, and have a good one. Talk to you soon. Bye.